Hey guys, welcome to Module 2. So this will be weeks 2 and 3. So let's go ahead and get started. So first things first is just kind of a preview to the communication model assignment, because this will be one of our bigger assignments, particularly here at the beginning. So some of our goals for this: identify the basic elements of communication, create a model of communication, and give an explanation to the class. So this will be partially a presentation. You will record and upload the presentation here into the discussion. So you'll have 50 points for the model itself, and then 15 points with the presentation and the discussion. Actually, the presentation will be 10 itself and then plus the other. So looking at this, you'll do your couple readings for the first chapter, maybe even go into chapter 2. Of course, you can do some outside research as well, but you need to identify all 8 or more elements of communication. You need a visual aid or a model that reflects how you see the communication process. So an example of this would be, I had a cheerleader in one of my classes, and she used a video of cheerleading to show how she saw the communication process. So it was a video of their practice, or of a practice from a university. And it's like, okay, well, the coach is communicating and the cheerleaders are communicating through their body language. The noise might be the people walking around in the background, distracting from the message. There might be actual physical noise as well. The context is this, so on and so forth, like that. I've also had people use like cattle ranching as a visual, like a picture of, people on horseback moving cattle, and using that as an explanation of, here's all the different parts of communication. But it can definitely be a little fun. You can have a little bit of freedom with it, as long as you have a model or a visual aid and reflects how you see the communication process, or an example of how the communication process is occurring, and that you are identifying all of the parts of communication. So the explanation is clear, your audience is able to understand how this is a model of communication, so how this shows communication. Why it's unique. Why is this a unique way for you to look at communication? You could even bring in other theories of communication, more unique elements. And then the presentation itself, you'll be recording and presenting through Zoom. So are you dressed appropriately? From what we can see, is your background not distracting? Are you speaking in a clear voice? Can we understand? Is there too much noise in the background, like dogs barking or children screaming? That will be our first big, really, assignment. But it's not quite as intimidating, really, as it seems. So, but yeah, make sure we can see you. Make sure that you have your screen shared so we can see your model. We will have our Chapter 2 lecture videos, which are on perception. I still need to do the second half of it. And then there's a couple supplementary videos as well on perception. There is a video and a discussion to watch. It's definitely a lot smaller than the communication model one, about how to sound confident, and then 300 words. And then possibly, if you'd like to, you can respond to your classmates about, tips and tricks on sounding or being confident. But really the biggest thing in this one is our communication model. So how do we see communication? Well, how do you see communication? Definitely feel free to get creative with it. So I look forward to seeing what kind of things you guys can come up with in this module. So if you have any questions, please shoot me a message in the inbox or shoot me an email, and I am happy to respond. So see you guys soon for Module 3.